Hello everybody, this is the Imagine Of, and welcome to an exciting part 2 of episode 14 this week. We've got lots of good stuff today. I'm really glad you joined me, and I would like to ask if you would take a look in the bottom right hand corner of your screen and click on the Imagine Of watermark there, and it has a subscribe button. And I would just so love it if you would just hit the subscribe button. And so today, here we are back at the big base here. I've been doing lots of things in the background, many hours of work to get ready for this exciting episode today. We are going to put the outer shell on our pyramid today. I hope you're ready for some pretty exciting things. I do want to say, in between episodes, I got really serious about organizing my stuff. I wanted to be nice and ready for my viewers this week, and I had 20 double chests of stuff left over from the hill. I had a gargantuan mess going in here, and I spent probably 4 or 5 hours just going through all my chests, and as you can see, it's looking pretty spiffy. Even down in here, I've got all the things where they're supposed to be. And in addition to all of that, I went out and made a big adventure of trying to find us a witch hut so that we can do a witch hut or a witch farm. And I really want to get that going because I love glowstone and I can't wait to use it in all kinds of fancy ways in my build. So I did find one, but it took me a very long time. We'll get into that in just a little bit. The final thing to note, we'll hop down in here. Let me get F1 on. I went down to the ocean and gathered up some little buddies, some little fish friends. Now, they're behaving like regular fish would. They're all kind of hiding in one spot. I tried to release them. There's some of them. I actually went through and name tagged each one of them so that they would stay. I did 50 fish. And I'm not sure I'm going to keep them because I think they might be causing a little lag, but I'm not 100% sure. So we're just going to kind of hang out with them and let them be for a while. And I've got some over here. Here's some more of them. And they're really cool. In Chroma Hills, they have parrotfish. They've got yellow-lipped parrotfish. They got all kinds of them. I mean, it just boggled my mind. I said I was going to get one of each kind, or 5 of each kind, but I don't even know how many kinds there are. But look at all of them. They're just amazing, and I'm really happy with them. And I hope you guys are pleased with that too. I'm going to probably add some more if the lag isn't a big major issue. So, okay, to get started with our business today, I've got all the blocks, all the dye, everything I need. It just took me forever to get everything together, but I'm ready. So here's a little selection of what we got going today. I'm going to do a little quick mock-up of like maybe this side right here and just do a couple rows. And cut back in here in just a minute, and we're going to talk about what you think about the block selection and kind of how it's going to fit together. So just hang tight with me. I'm going to get something whipped up here real quick, and we'll check it out, and we'll think about it. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are taking a look at the first initial try here at our base build here. On the outside of this pyramid, this is kind of the idea that I had at the beginning. Now, I kind of work kind of spontaneously when I do things like this because I like to get an initial impression of what I think about what I'm seeing, and then later on I adjust it or add to it, or I may hate it and change it, and but I kind of like to wing it. I like to give it a shot first, and then see if there's something that I just can't stand about it. So I might leave something up that you might not like. So what I'm doing here is I figured that it would be nice to have kind of a rough stone shape for like around the footer. So like say we're building a big giant pyramid, we would throw a whole bunch of stuff in there and pack it down real good, and then start putting our stuff on top of it. And I'm going to throw a few more of these rough blocks in here, just the regular black stone, and let's see as that wraps around how that looks. And then I figured the other thought was, and I put a lot of thought into this, and I know you may be a little bit like, I'm not sure I like this, and I'm not sure I like it either, so it's all right. But I thought the next step would be to have a supporting base that would be made out of large bricks. So I really like the polished blackstone bricks here, and that's the next piece I'm using. So underneath that, what I've been doing here is I wanted to consider too what we're going to be seeing on the inside, because I really don't want to go in and reline the whole entire thing after it's built. I think that would just be a major nightmare. So what I'm doing is I'm going to line it with the color stone or block that I want to see on the inside. So if we go in here and turn around and take a look, I decided on using this white terracotta that we used to line the coral tank with. And I like it because anything I stick in front of it, because it's a neutral color, it's going to allow me to do whatever I want. So if I want to have, maybe we want to use acacia or birch or oak or dark oak, we don't know. For some of the supports or something interesting in our walkway, we are not going to be limited, in my mind, this is the way I think, we're not going to be limited by a mass color on the inside of this thing. And it also lightens it up, and it's going to make it look, I feel like it's going to make it look larger on the inside than it actually is. So that was my thinking. So every time I lay down a row, I lay down the white terracotta first, and that's kind of on the guide block that I have. And then behind it, or outside of it, I put the black terracotta and then a black stone, polished black stone half slab on top. And we've kind of talked about this before. That's going to save us from having to mob proof the outside of our base with light. We're going to be able to just leave it as is. Now, I know you're thinking, that's kind of plain. Plain for this awesome pyramid we're doing, and I agree. But the corners, each of the four corners, is going to be embellished with some kind of decorative motif, sort of not exactly like or similar to in any specific way as the smaller pyramid, but we are going to utilize some type of color scheme with these blocks, these types of blocks, and these light colors are going to build down from our edges. So I hope that kind of clarifies it a little bit. I tell you what, I mean, I'm kind of sold on this. I didn't have this half slab up here in the beginning, and it looked kind of funny because it had a larger gap. Now, I don't know. That might actually kind of be nice for the first layer, but when I looked at it from a distance, it kind of, it just made it look unbalanced, and it stood out way too much. And I want the corners and anything that we decide to do around the base, outside of it, I want that to stand out. I don't really want this first row to stand out. So for right now, I think that's what I'm going to leave it as. And I don't mean to over-intellectualize it and talk about it too much, but I've put a lot of thought into it, and it's actually kind of scary for me to step up and actually put some blocks down on this because, you know, I've thought about it for so long, and I want it to look nice. So it's kind of like putting yourself out there. It's a little harder to build with your own ideas and then put them up for other people to see and maybe have opinions about. But I trust my viewers. I think you guys are going to let me do my thing until I get this done. I've got a lot of stuff and a lot of things I can put on here, and it's going to look really good. And somewhere up there in this area, and I'm going to have to arbitrarily determine, pardon me, when that is going to occur is one, we're going to have the first floor or the second floor, and we're going to have our glass section, which is going to let all the light in. And then I think we're going to cap it with the same motif. Pardon me. So we're going to end it off with this type of pattern at the very top. So hopefully you get the idea here. I'm going to do a little more work. I think it would look really good if I could get most of the base done up to the red line, and pardon me again. And then we could take a look at it. And I'm not opposed to going back and pulling blocks off, but I'm pretty sold on the inside blocks anyway. So if we don't like the outside blocks, I'll be able to stand on something and take those off regardless. So let's go ahead and put a little bit more into this and see what we think about it here in just a few. And I'm super glad you guys joined me, and we're going to have a little talk about the awesomeness of finding the witch farm, because man, that thing was unbelievably hard to find a good one this time. And we'll be right back, and we'll have some good progress to show you. Okay, everybody, here we are. Got quite a bit of progress done on this, and given us a good idea of what this thing's going to look like. I spent some time adding in here, and I'm going to make some adjustments to it. I had always, since the beginning of this idea I've always wanted to have a walkout balcony on it, and I might have one on the other side, I might not, I'm not sure. But I spent a little bit of time designing that and just kind of getting the shape of it. I'm going to adjust the way it fits in with the colors and everything, but let's take a look. Pardon me, I've just had the scratchiest throat today. I hope that I do the best that I can to keep it from being scratchy, and then it gets real scratchy. Pardon me. All right, so I do not have the entrance design laid out in my mind yet. It's not going to look like this, and I think I'm actually going to take this down one level here. I want it to be at this level. So when we come in, this is the level that we're going to be coming in at. I'm real excited about it. Another thing I was going to say, I'm going to do the best I can to just get the basic shape outline and finished up today, so we have a good idea of what we're looking at. But I do not think after the marathon gaming session I put in last night, I was up pretty much most of the night trying to find the witch hut, and then I spent a good portion of my morning getting all my stuff organized so I wouldn't be a total train wreck today. And by the time I get this at least fleshed out and built, I am going to be just completely kaput. So I won't be able to get all the detail done today, but this is just to give us the idea, the grand scheme of things. So on the inside, this is what we're looking like. And that right there, that cobblestone, that's going to be the floor level of the upper level. I kind of moved it down a little bit. And let's see. So we'll just take a look. And that gives us an idea, because I wanted to have the light coming in at a really good solid angle, and then maybe somewhere up in this area is where we're going to pick up after the glass. So it's going to be pretty much glass from above this red line all the way up to about here, and the top is going to finish out the pattern. And let's get up here and take a look. Let's see what it's like from up in the sky. I'm so excited. this is really, it's actually turned out way better than I even could have hoped for. So this is the rough outline of the upper deck here that's going to come out. And I wanted to put some plants and maybe some flowers, or I don't know, a tree, an acacia or something like that, something cool up here. But this is just going to be where we can come out. It's not decorated. It doesn't have any of the trimmings on it yet, but this is what it's going to look like. And from this level on is going to be the skylight. So the next step for me to do is I actually have to finish wrapping this around, and I'm nearly out of terracotta. I'm surprised because I really thought I had enough of everything, and I think I do have enough, but it's going to be just barely. If I do put a balcony in on this side, I don't know. I'm not sure. I was thinking about maybe doing something on this side with the walkway, since the balcony is going to be there, and maybe this side will just be closed in for the time being. We could always add it later. Hopefully, this really is starting to look good, and you can see down into the interior part of the base. You can see the little fishes swimming around. Look at them go. They're so happy. I mean, how cool is that? Island looks terrible, and I went ahead and threw just some torches down to get the lighting so we don't have a bunch of mobs in here, but we're going to do some really cool stuff. I've got a lot of good ideas for the inside of this, and I really want to do something up here with villagers. So I'm excited because I'm going to have a place to put my little villager people up here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get hard to work and get this rest of this built out, get the glass put in, and get the top put on. And we're probably going to wrap it up at the end of that, because I don't think I can get much more done today. I've been playing Minecraft since yesterday at like 4 o'clock, so I'm pretty beat, and it's 4 o'clock today. So yeah, little crazy on the Minecraft, but we're gonna get it done. And so just hang in there with me, and I'm gonna come back with a kind of a final progress update, showing the final set of all the blocks in place as they should be for the remainder of the build. So hang in there and let's see what I can get done next. All right, everybody, here we are. We're back at the final stages of getting this thing put together. I haven't quite finished it. The parts that I was doing off camera, I just wanted to kind of maybe just give you a little glimpse into kind of the process that I've been going through. I have got all the glass in, and I watched the sun come through. It was really, really cool. It worked out just like I had hoped it would. I do want to say that today, for whatever reason, I think I either changed a setting on my graphics card, or I don't know what I did, but when I watch back the clips, they are a lot they are not nearly as smooth as what I'm seeing on my screen. So I think every now and then I mess up a setting, and I apologize if that's bothering you. I will try to get that figured out, but I've been under such a crunch here today that I haven't really had a chance to stop and figure out why my graphics is just doing the things it is. So here we are. Okay, now what I do need to think about at some point is putting a door on this building, because I've already had pillagers coming in my door trying to kill me because they just don't like me, and that's I don't know what I've done to anger the pillagers on the level that they are angered with me, but they are just attacking me like every 5 seconds. And I'm not sure what that's all about. Maybe I need to get the bad omen and just go have the raid and get it over with. That might be something I have to do here soon. So, some final points here. Let's talk about a little bit about the witch biome, or the whatever that thing's called. I think it's called a swamp biome, but I went and looked at as many of them as I could get to, and I probably looked at maybe 15 or 20 of them. And anybody who plays Minecraft will know that can take a long time, because the biomes are far apart. I don't have elytra or elytra, so I can't fly anywhere right now. I had to travel around the slow way and get to point A from point B, or point B from point A, the slow way. And the things that I was looking for in the witch hut was I wanted to have one that didn't have a bunch of land around it, and for a long time I didn't even see any, and I was kind of going back and forth in the north, and in the east, or west, but there were none. There were no witch huts anywhere in that area. So I went south, and when I went south, I finally started to find some, and I kind of went back and forth that way, and I found I looked at 5 or 6 of them. I've got the coordinates right here, and it was they were just landlocked, and I really just didn't want to go through all that. I thought, well, I can always cover the land with water. That way I don't have to clear it. I've got all those ice cubes I could use. But I was really just kind of hoping for a lucky break and finding one that didn't have a bunch of land around it. And the last one I looked at, it was at coordinates negative 7,400 and negative or positive 7,900. So I was so far away. I even went as far away as I think I got all the way to 11,000. And if you look at our coordinates, we're at negative 566, and I made it to a negative 207. So I made it all the way down to 11,000 on foot, and made it back home. But it was actually worth it. I found a really nice one. I actually built the portal while I was there. So all I have to do is divide my coordinates by 8 and go into the nether and get me a little tunnel built. And I'll probably have that set up next time so I can show you guys what that's going to look like. And I'm not sure if I want to try to do something new and highly efficient, or if I just want to build one that I know I can build fairly easy and not have a lot of hard work ahead of me. Because the main goal here is just to get some glowstone on a big level. I don't really need the redstone. I've got plenty of redstone, and I don't need a lot of the other things. So I'm gonna deal with that kind of as it comes, and I'll show you what I'm gonna set it up for. I will finish up this top, and then we'll kind of meet maybe at the bottom and do a little powwow at the end. I know I did a little powwow right now. Look at them. See, I told you. There they are. What is up with this? They're trying to get me again. I'm going to just start shooting them from way up here, because I am done with these guys coming in my build. They went inside and got in my building, and I don't have a door, so I can't keep them out. But that's the next order of business I have. There we go. Okay, got rid of them. So we'll come back here in just a few. We'll wrap this up. I really appreciate the attention and keeping up with what's going on. You guys are great, guys and gals, and we'll see what this looks like at the end here in just a few. And here we are. We have arrived at the end of today's build. Thank goodness. I'm sure somebody's out there going, man, I couldn't take no more, imagine. But I believe that if we give it a fair shake for just that placing the outside blocks down, I believe this thing is looking pretty sharp. I've still got to add the details around the top and some maybe a few lighting things, but we definitely need to dress up the corners and get a nice pattern set in for that. But I am super pleased with how this turned out. I'm very excited. I think it looks really good from the inside too, which is as important to me because we're going to be in there doing things, and I want it to look all right. So this is what we've got inside our space, and I'll try not to swing my view around. I've got some really pretty special ideas for lighting and what the second level is going to look like when we get it built. I always use cobblestones, kind of in case you haven't noticed. That's like my what I outline with. I just put a basic shape in there, and that gives me an idea of what I'm building on here. So I don't know why I didn't take that block out. I'll have to get that. But yeah, this is fantastic, and you can see the light gets in here during the day, and it just looks beautiful. Very, very cool. I couldn't be more happy. Now we have a whole litany of things that have to be examined and done. One, we need a door in this place. This is not going to work for a door. And two, we got to dress up around the tops of things in here and get some actual lighting. We've got to put a second floor in, and got to finish something for this entrance, the staircase. That's, and I got to clean all this mess up outside because we're moving in as soon as I possibly can. The only thing that probably needs to get done before I can move in or as I'm moving in is I need a storage system. So I got to have some way to put things in and have it sorted for me, and I need an input on the outside, like out here, and have it go either to the mine or to my storage system in our in the bottom of our base. So, and I need to be able to send things from the mine up to the storage system. So we're gonna work on something really cool like that. But I've got a good idea for the door, and I just want to get like tidied up on these things and get moved out of the hole in the wall and start using our base, because I feel like we put a lot of work into it. We've spent a lot of time listening to me talk about it, and we might as well get some use out of it. So I wish you guys just the most wonderful weekend. I realize the video's a couple days late, and I hope you guys forgive me for that. I really tried hard, and to find the witch hut, that just kicked it up one day, so I really put a lot of work into getting that witch hut. So when we get going on our witch farm, we're gonna have some good glowstone, and we're gonna be really happy we did that. I just want to wish you guys a good weekend and a happy Easter. Please hit the like button if you like what you saw. If you have any comments or suggestions, you can leave them on the YouTube page in the video, or you could also leave them on our Facebook page at The Imagine Of at Facebook. And we'd like to see you there. And I will see you guys next Tuesday.